I like my entrances like I like my light effects. Dramatic. Personally, I see myself as a visual storyteller. So with this narrative in this painting, it's mostly going to be about the cow grazing away, walking around the paddock, but it's trying to capture that movement of the cow, the lighting, and in a lovely setting as well. Let's see how I go. And there's probably nothing better than a cow in a farmyard scene or even a landscape. We could do horses, even pigs, a goat. I've painted goats there. It can be quite interesting. Chickens are always a great favourite, but there's nothing like a cow. I reckon I think they just have such a lovely sympathetic sort of face and very paintable values and colours and shapes. Just looking at the cow's face there, it's quite a cute face. So that's always a small bonus, where some sort of Brahman type cows can be, to me, are kind of a little ugly, to be honest. When it comes, they can be grey coloured and have big bumps on the back of their necks, but that shouldn't really stop us from wanting to have a go at painting them. Really, that's probably more just a personal sort of feeling when it comes to painting, because I think we do need to connect with the subject. I grew up with my parents owning a cow. Her name was Jenny. It's funny, I was probably only 4, maybe 5, but I can still vividly remember her and where we used to house her at night on the few acres that my parents had. So that's kind of my, I think, connection with this as a subject. But as a painter, I think they're really great, technically sort of fun subjects to paint as well. So as you'll notice, I've put the background, the grass area, in quite warm. And for me, that is so important, because if we went in with this value in this colour and then I had to go over it with something similar, we would really lose that tonal contrast. You can see how I'm using that underpainting as shadows and to get that bounce. So I'm also just bringing a little bit of white and light, and because grass tends to, especially this is slightly or pretty well backlit, when the light hits some of the grass areas, it does go quite light in value. So that's what I'm sort of getting in here. And there is a bit of a tendency for myself to just polish the shapes up a little too much, especially on the cow. But I think what I was going for was the rough exterior of the grass, the foliage, sort of those foreground areas, and then a more delicate where the texture of the cow and the fur is. Kind of at this stage, I'm sort of starting to think I'm sort of got this one in the bag, and even though I can sort of feel that I think I might have the backside of the cow a little too far to the left, and the stomach just a little too far to the left as well. But I probably can adjust that. That probably is one of the great beauties of oil paint. Unlike watercolour, it's kind of locked into the paper, where this is more paint going on top of a hardboard. It does sink in and start to dry fairly quickly, but it's still very manipulatable. We can change it, we can adjust it still quite a bit at this stage. So I think I may have to make some plans to do a little bit more work. Sometimes I can wait till the painting's finished if I've done something that I'm sort of not pleased with, you can rework it at a later date. Even though ultimately I do prefer to do it in the one go. And I thought I'd just put a chicken or two in the background. I think it just helps give a bit of scale to the overall painting. And it's a nice little focal area there as well. And I'm always cautious not to overdo these little corrugations, because it can quite easily, because I think on that right hand side, probably starting to put one or two too many there. That's a lovely little bit of light. So that was a super fun scene. Just love the challenge of painting cows, and I'm really pleased with how this one came out. So all the best.